us how he saved a life.
This is CBS 12 News at 10 on the CW34.
And breaking right off the top tonight, a lot of action in the Atlantic. Look at all those red circles. Not one, not two, but four systems brewing out there. As always, the CBS 12 weather team is tracking it all. We begin with Tropical Storm Florence, once a hurricane and could be a hurricane once again before it bashes Bermuda. And Florence now has plenty of company out there in the Gulf. Let's turn things over to Chief Meteorologist Erin Christensen, live now with the latest advisories. Erin.
Paul, I got to tell you, it's getting a little bit crowded in the tropics here this evening. By the time we all wake up tomorrow morning, we could very well be dealing with 3 tropical storms and a tropical wave all in the Atlantic, or maybe Florence becoming a hurricane by then and our depressions becoming tropical storms. So let's get right to all of the activity. We are looking at Tropical Depression 8 and 9, and they seem to be in a bit of a race for which one is going to become a tropical storm first. We would be looking at Helene, then followed by Isaac. Tropical Storm Florence, also a big concern. We're going to track that in just a bit. But this wave, just a few hundred miles now west of Bermuda, has a 20% chance of becoming our next tropical system. Florence still tracking to the west now at about 7 to 8 miles per hour. Does show that hurricane strength once again come tomorrow through Sunday, a Cat 2 by Tuesday. Another major hurricane, was one before, dropped back, and is going to regain that strength here as it makes its way closer to the East Coast. We'll tell you who should be on alert coming up.
Sounds like a lot. All right, Erin, thank you so much. More breaking news tonight, this time out of Lake Park. A major crime scene there after bullets and bloodshed rocked one area. CBS 12's Chuck Weber at the scene near Greenbrier and 10th Street tonight. Not a lot of details, I know, Chuck, but what have you got so far?
Well, Paul, what I can show you is the crime scene. I'm going to back out of the shot so we can zoom in a little bit. We do know that a man is dead, and the sheriff's office is calling this a homicide. This appears to be a relatively large and intensive crime scene centering around a minivan with doors left wide open. It's either a minivan or a small SUV. This is behind a shopping center just off of Park Avenue in Lake Park. In our video, we get a better look at that van. This happened just before 6 o'clock. The sheriff's office says deputies arrived finding a man dead, the victim of a shooting. The sheriff's giant mobile command unit arrived just more than an hour ago, so detectives already on the scene here for a few hours or will likely be here for several more. Again, a man is dead, the victim of a shooting, and we are going to remain here at the scene and keep you posted on any updates that we get. We're live in Lake Park. Chuck Weber, CBS 12 News.
The investigation only just beginning, Chuck. Thank you. New at 10 tonight. Students, parents, fans forced to run for their lives. How can you forget this? Gunfire erupting at a local high school football game 3 weeks ago tonight. And in the wake of the violence, new security measures in place. Tonight, one local father making it his mission to make our students, our community safer under the Friday night lights. CBS 12's Vincent Crivelli at Palm Beach Central High School tonight with a concept this man hopes will catch on.
Oh, good try.
When it comes to life, father of 3 Scott Harris says he won the lottery.
I got really good kids. I'm very lucky.
However, his world was shaken 3 weeks ago. Shots were fired at Palm Beach Central High School less than 5 minutes from his home.
Please relax, don't.
He heard about the chaotic scene while driving with other parents. Their kids were at the game.
Of course, everybody goes into panic mode.
Harris called his kids, then raced to see them.
Hugged my kids when I got home, and that's pretty much all you can do is just hope and make sure your kids are safe.
However, Harris decided to do more than just hope.
The question is keeping the kids safe, and how do you do it?
When he heard Palm Beach County schools would only allow clear bags inside football games, he knew his company, Phys Ed Gear, could help.
It was easy for us to do, and it was something that was needed.
He produced 2,500 of these clear backpacks and gave them away for free.
I knew that we can get them in a day, and we can get them out to the schools.
His goal is to keep his children and our community safe by giving law enforcement a clear view, which cost him $3,000.
It's one of those things where sometimes you just do what's right.
And he didn't just contribute these backpacks to Palm Beach Central, he also donated them to 7 other high schools in the county.
Even if this doesn't help my kids, it's helping somebody's kid. And hopefully I would just hope that they would do that same thing for me.
Vincent Crivelli reporting their breaking news update right now. Caught sleeping on the job, a Broward County deputy on patrol at Stoneman Douglas the day the confessed shooter's brother trespassed on school grounds. Tonight fired, though officials had recommended Moises Karate get a 10-day suspension for his nap back on March 19th. That was just about a month after the mass shooting. The Internal Affairs report says, quote, he denigrated the public's opinion of all Broward Sheriff's deputies by shockingly and inexcusably falling asleep in his patrol car, end quote. Moises initially told investigators that he was sick and taking over-the-counter medication. Caught on camera, armed to the teeth and stumbling around, this is what a local mother saw. Can you imagine when she looked at the people in her front door in the middle of the night? Saw that. A man holding a semi-automatic rifle and wearing a ballistic vest. And right now, they're dreading the day that guy comes back into their neighborhood. CBS 12's Mike Magnoli with details tonight about that suspect and the steps now being taken by the sheriff's office.
It's the sound that nobody wants to hear at nearly 11 o'clock at night. And when you look at the video, it will make you think twice about opening the door to see who's on the other side.
A hand covers the lens on a home security camera, but we can rewind. We can show you who this is. 48-year-old Kevin Flaherty. He's got an assault rifle, he's got a ballistic vest, and he's stumbling up to his neighbor's house. Tom D'Erico.
There's a man at my door with a gun, and I need someone here now.
D'Erico is talking with CBS 12 News because he's frustrated with how the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office handled this scary ordeal. D'Erico wasn't home at the time, but his wife and 2 kids were. They were on the phone with 911, locked in a bathroom, praying that Flaherty would go away or deputies would intervene. Eventually, Flaherty left. He went back to his place. Deputies say they never saw him, and he didn't answer when they knocked.
Why not confront the man, at least try to contact him, do something?
D'Erico is flabbergasted that Flaherty was not arrested the night of the incident. It wasn't until the next day that PBSO arrested him, charged him for aggravated assault with a firearm. One thing that D'Erico is glad about, though, is that PBSO seized more than 20 weapons from Flaherty's home. That's an option they've always had, but they can use even easier now after a law was passed following the Parkland school shooting. PBSO says it's filing for a risk protection order, which will keep the weapons away from Flaherty due to his behavior.
If you're getting brought in for considered insane or mentally insane at the moment, yes, you should not own any firearms or any weapons, in my opinion.
And that man at the door, Kevin Flaherty, he's being held without bond until the results of a psychological evaluation. Reporting from Boca Raton, I'm Mike Magnoli, CBS 12 News.
And the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office giving us a timeline detailing their response that night. They say deputies were monitoring the suspect and the neighborhood, and as soon as they got the call and until they arrested him. More charges tonight, we're told, could be on the way. New tonight, Burt Reynolds being remembered not only for his generosity, but also for his love of our community. People gathering tonight at the Jupiter Park with Reynolds' name on it for a barbecue. Some of them, a man who worked at Burt Reynolds Ranch, customers of Reynolds Feed Store, the wife of one of Reynolds' chefs, and actor Alfie Wise, who worked with Reynolds on several films. Wise credits Reynolds with taking him under his wing.
He loved certain actors, and when you worked with Burt and he really liked you and it went well, you found yourself getting called every 3 or 4 months. Hey, we're doing another movie. I got a nice part for you.
Nice call to get. The barbecue organized by the Jupiter, Florida Love Facebook page. Check out this video here we dug up from our archives. It's Burt Reynolds and, of course, Lonnie Anderson there at the last performance at the Burt Reynolds Dinner Theater back in August of 1989, as you see up there on the right hand of your screen. Also on hand, former FSU coach Bobby Bowden. Reynolds ran that theater until 1989 and then leased the building out until it closed in 96. The theater later reopened as the Maltz Jupiter Theater in 2001 when the landmark building was acquired by the Palm Beach Playhouse. Meantime, the Florida State Seminoles are paying tribute to Reynolds during Saturday's game against Samford. The team will wear helmet decals in the shape of a license plate, the one you're seeing there. They read, Ban 1, like the Trans Am Reynolds drove in Smokey and the Bandit. Burt Reynolds played football at FSU and had some major injuries there that took him off the field and on his way to becoming a Hollywood star. And if you'd like to take a closer look at the megastar's legacy and his connection to our area and much, much more, All you need to do is head on over to our homepage, cbs12.com. Right now, crime in downtown West Palm Beach on the decline, at least that's from city officials. But this downward trend hasn't stopped officials from doing something to try to keep you even safer. People working or visiting downtown can call for a free escort to take them to or from their car in a city parking garage.
When it's at night, sometimes it's not very crowded. There's not a lot of people around, so that kind of gets me nervous.
Now, the number to get a security escort is Giddens Security. The number at the bottom of your screen right there, 561-818-4649. We've also posted that on CBS12.com. Well, if you ever happen to think of cemeteries, you probably won't think of some new technology. Tonight, the new innovating way families are guided to their lost loved ones. And get this, yes, there is an app for that. And race to the rescue, what deputies did to save a man's life with only seconds to spare. And of course, it's caught on camera. But first, a story from our news partners at Circa. New at 10, a rookie Pasco County Sheriff's deputy gives credit to his training for saving a man's life.
You're closer to the 18 than Marine 1 is. Oh my God.
You okay? You good?
Wow, that is a scene we certainly don't see every day. The deputy's body camera was rolling when he jumped a 10-foot fence and ran across 5 acres of land to save that drowning man. The video shows the woman yelling for help as she tries to hold him above the water. And within seconds, that deputy pulls the man from the water and starts reviving him. As we see, he was rushed to the hospital where tonight he is in critical condition. And we are now seeing new video from that deadly shooting in downtown Cincinnati yesterday. But first, before we show it to you, we want to warn you, the video is indeed very graphic. Police say 29-year-old Omar Enrique Santa Perez killed 3 people as he opened fire at a loading dock in Cincinnati. He then went on to a bank's lobby and got into a shootout with officers before being killed. Now, we did some digging here and found out that Perez went to Palm Beach State College back in 2011 and 2012. In fact, he even once lived in Lake Worth. Now, when you think of cemeteries, you don't often think of innovation and technology. But in tonight's 10:15 Difference, CBS 12's Linda Figueredo explains how one Ohio cemetery is using GPS to give people a way to find their loved ones' graves.
Arlington Memorial Gardens is a big cemetery, so when Carson Blackwell came to visit her grandfather's grave, she was not sure where to go. But the Locate a Loved One technology led her right to him. It's tonight's 10:15 Difference.
No, definitely not. It's a really vast space, and I knew it was in the general direction, but I wouldn't be able to walk right to it.
With the new technology, Carson used her smartphone to get precise driving and walking directions.
It was really easy. You literally just go to their website and type in their name, and it's right there.
So far, the feedback on the program is good. Not everyone needs it, but some do, as nearly 50,000 people are buried at Arlington Memorial Gardens. There are also no upright headstones, so finding a grave isn't always easy.
We'll get a lot of phone calls where people are kind of embarrassed to come into the office. I haven't been out there for years. I don't know where Grandma and Grandpa are at. I haven't been there since their actual funeral service.
The next goal for the program is to allow people to share memories and photos on the website to create a family history archive of their loved one. With the 10:15 Difference, I'm Linda Figueredo.
A surfer rushed to the hospital after he was bitten by a shark this morning, happening in Fort Pierce. Officials say a man in his 60s was surfing when he was bit on the leg by a shark. Fire rescue rushed him to a trauma hospital by ambulance. Now, we spoke with one woman who didn't want to take any risk going in that deep water.
I haven't gone in past my knees. That's it, and I'm eye scanning the entire time. But, you know, it's a fact. They live here.
They certainly do live here. A St. Lucie County spokesperson said this time of year you'll find a lot of bait fish on the beach in Fort Pierce. That attracts larger sea life, so they encourage people to swim at a guarded beach closer to shore. All right, CBS 12's chief meteorologist, our new chief meteorologist, Erin Christensen, joining us now. And boy, baptism by fire, I'd say. What do we have? We had Hurricane Florence.
I'm testing you here.
Which is now a tropical storm.
Yes.
2 tropical depressions which formed today.
Yes.
A tropical wave,
yes,
which might intensify.
Right.
Should I become a meteorologist?
Maybe so. I've got someone who can help train
Look at
you.
that. You've got to break it all down for us.
Well,
Look
you
at
know
that.
what? And things are changing very, very quickly. So we're having to stay on top of all this. But I tell you what, it's getting really active in the Atlantic here this evening. Those two waves just off the coast of Africa, we've actually been tracking those as waves for well over a week now. And just today, and both simultaneously, they came in as tropical depressions. So seeing more organization within those and likely going to become tropical storms within 48 hours. Now, here's the honest to goodness tropical storm right now, and Florence could very well become a hurricane in the next 48 hours. So we've got Tropical Depression 8, we have Tropical Depression 9, and both of these systems seem to be in a bit of a race to be the next named storm. But we likely are looking at Helene and Isaac, depending upon which one picks up that storm strength first. Our tropical storm Florence is expected to become a major hurricane once again. You'll recall earlier this week, made its way to a Cat 4 and then tapered off to this tropical storm, but we do see it picking up strength. Here's that other wave that you had talked about, 20% chance of that developing into a tropical system within the next 5 days. Florence still continues on this westerly path, so it is moving toward the United States. And over the course of the weekend, gaining strength, Category 4 expected by Wednesday. Florida is in the clear, but it's the mid-Atlantic region there that should be on high alert. Of course, still a lot of distance to go and a lot of factors that can influence Florence. We'll continue to watch that. And speaking of influencing direction, these tropical depressions, where could they be headed next? Well, they're almost stationary right now, not moving a tremendous amount. But we are starting to see a trend taking place. Sea surface temperatures are starting to warm up. They had been below average for quite some time. And as they warm up, they'll likely follow where that warm water is, skipping that big pocket of the cold water and heading right toward the U.S. So this is something that we're going to have to keep a close eye on. Keeping an eye on our radar tonight, a few showers there moving in near Vero Beach. And our next weather maker, an area of low pressure that's shifting our wind, that is going to bring in some soupy air here as we head through our weekend. We have a 50% chance you want the umbrella Saturday if you're headed out, and then a 60% chance come Sunday. Overnight, that 50% chance already kicking in here with 75 degrees. Your 7-day forecast where the weekend's always in view. Little drier by Monday and Tuesday.
All right, Aaron, thank you so much. Coming up, black, hairy tongue. Those are the words in the teleprompter. Yeah, it's a strange medical condition that could be caused by your antibiotics. We're going to tell you how, and we'll be right back. New at 10, a lot of us have heard about those weird reactions to antibiotics, but nothing quite like this. Take a look. A woman's tongue turned black and hairy, yes, because of a drug she took after she was in a car crash. Doctors in St. Louis revealed it was caused by minocycline. That is an antibiotic to combat a wound infection. The New England Journal of Medicine notes the side effect can also be caused by poor oral hygiene, tobacco use, or irritating mouthwashes. Some good news, though, the condition is reversible. A mother of 2 nearly died when she was pricked by a rose bush and contracted a flesh-eating bacteria. The 43-year-old in the hospital in Boston for more than 2 months and had 7 surgeries. Doctors say the bacteria behind the disease is deadly in 97% of cases. So not only did she defy the odds and survive, she was now learning to walk again. New backlash tonight over Nike's new campaign ad featuring Colin Kaepernick. While some fans protested the move by burning their sports gear, one Missouri college responding by dropping their Nike affiliation. The College of the Ozarks says they are choosing, quote, country over company. The former San Francisco 49ers QB made headlines for refusing to stand for the anthem to highlight police brutality. Coming up next, week 3 of high school football and one team looking to make Florida history. We're going to take you to Vero Beach where the magic number was 46. Yes, John Evanson explains and has all the action up next after the break.
Now, the South Florida Honda Sports Report.
Hey, it's already week 3 of the Friday Night Rivals Blitz, and Vero Beach was hoping to celebrate 2 milestones tonight. First off, a win would earn them the 2nd longest winning streak in Florida ever. Listen to this, looking for their 46th straight win. It's what everybody's talking about. It's the Skinny and head coach Lenny Jankowski also hitting a milestone tonight, coaching his 200th career game. His team hosts Dr. crop. And early on, the Fighting Indians rolling. Nick Celedonio hits Kentucky commit DeMarcus Harris, gets the huge edge, and he is gone. 57 yards to the pay dirt. Vero up 7-0 later in the first quarter. Vero already up 14-0. Celedonio again to the air, and there it is. Randy Moss-ish grab, 21-0. Well on their way to making Florida history. We'll tell you how that ended up tonight at 11. Cardinal Newman Crusaders looking to improve to 3-0, led by this week's CBS 12 Athlete of the Week. There he is, Chris Dorr, with a big run on the first drive of the game to get things going. And then Dorr, he's living up to his Athlete of the Week. Look at that. We may have to make him Athlete of the Week 2 weeks in a row. We'll check if that's legal or not. Ran for over 200 yards, 3 touchdowns. But would the Crusaders cruise? Dorr is sure cruising. We'll find out tonight, 11 p.m. on the Friday Night Rivals Blitz. We have so many highlights to show you. They're still coming in as we speak. I got to go back upstairs, write the scripts, get it all ready. But unbelievable action. It gets better every week.
And you're in such a rush right now. I can't wait until 11 o'clock to see all the other stories and details you've got for us. That's how you're speaking
You love high school football, right,
I do,
Paul?
yeah.
It's one of your faves.
And you can give someone a second Athlete of the Week. I think we can do it.
Do you think so? Yeah, give him the nod?
Should we ask the boss?
Yes.
All right, let's ask him. Come back at 11. All right.
The big man.
Pizza for passengers. Why a pilot ordered dozens of pies for people on a plane and then, get this,
ate them.
No. He hand delivered them. Come on, John.
I thought he would eat them all.
CBS 12 News outerwear is provided by Under Armour.
Talk about an unexpected dinner guest. Imagine being in a restaurant when a woman comes falling through the ceiling. Oh, yeah, that actually happened. As you see it right there near Los Angeles, she apparently was in the bathroom and found a door. Thing is, the door was to the attic. The woman wasn't seriously hurt. Police say she could have been on drugs. A pilot of American Airlines flight took it upon himself to order 40 pizzas for his passengers after the flight was diverted to Wichita Falls Regional Airport, then canceled due to severe thunderstorms. Sound familiar? The plane departed from Los Angeles and was heading to Dallas, Texas. The pilot had delivered the pies to the passengers himself.
Here's a look at the 7-day forecast where the weekend is always in view. Grab the umbrella if you're headed out tomorrow. 60% chance you'll want it. 50% on Sunday. Little drier for our Monday and Tuesday. Then 40% chance for the showers and storms returning Wednesday, Thursday. Back to 50% this time next week.
All right, Aaron, and thank you for spending 34 minutes of your evening with us here on the CW. Daily Mail TV is next. And be sure to join myself and Liz Carantes for CBS 12 News at 11 in just about half an hour. We'll leave you now with a look at our Sky Team 12 drone shot of the day. Look at this beautiful video from the Singer Inlet Island. Our drone means new ways to show you our area and bring you the news.